You can run a remote bookkeeping business with no rent, no lease, and no fixed location. And once you understand what that actually means, you'll never look at a traditional business the same way again. Because most businesses don't start with flexibility. They start with a lease. And that's where the problems begin. When you open a business with a physical location, you're not just running your business, you're committing to a long-term financial obligation. Most commercial leases are at least 5 years. And if you want a good location, it's not cheap. Now here's where it gets serious. If your business is new and doesn't have strong credit, you're almost always required to sign a personal guarantee. That means if the business doesn't work out, you don't just shut the doors and move on. You're personally responsible for the remaining rent. That could be years of payments coming out of your own pocket. And the lease itself, it's not simple. Commercial leases are long, complicated, and written in favor of the landlord. Leasing agents are not there to protect you, they're there to close the deal. So now, before you even open your doors, you need to hire an attorney to review and negotiate the lease. That's another expense before you've made a single dollar. Now let's talk about the monthly reality, because rent is just the beginning. You've got electric, water, sewer, and then there's common area maintenance or CAM charges. That's your share of maintaining the entire shopping center, parking lots, landscaping, lighting, and those charges can be surprisingly expensive each month. And here's something most people don't think about. Your schedule isn't really your schedule. If your business is in a mall or a shopping center, you don't control your hours, the landlord does. That includes weekends and holidays. I remember when I owned a food franchise, the last 2 weeks leading up to Christmas, we were required to stay open until 11 p.m. Not only was I exhausted, but my staff was completely burned out. Now compare that to a remote bookkeeping business. No lease, no rent, no CAM charges, no commercial utility bills, no dealing with leasing agents, and no attorneys. You can run this business from wherever you live, even in a small space. As I've shown, I personally have 3 different workspaces and I don't pay rent for any of them. And if I travel, my workspace becomes a hotel room or an Airbnb. That kind of flexibility, combined with eliminating one of the biggest fixed costs in business, completely changes your financial picture. Because when you remove rent, you don't just lower expenses, you dramatically reduce risk. And in business, that's everything. In the next episode, I'm going to show you another major advantage of a remote bookkeeping business, not having to drive to your clients' offices. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.